So, a little while ago, we released a video showcasing the options that I have selected for my LD3 carpet weapon. And a couple of you, rightly so, wanted to know what the costs are for the options that I have selected for my kit. Now, quick disclaimer, you don't need all of these option parts, but if you watch the next video that comes out, I'm gonna go over my absolute must-haves for the car. But in this video, we're just gonna go over all the option parts. We're gonna break down the costs collectively, front and rear. I'm gonna do it in pounds, but at the end, I'll give you a collective amount in US dollars. I've done a couple of spot checks and it is generally up to date with the currency kind of pound to dollars conversion, give or take a couple of dollars. So the US amount will be very, very close. Now, I would like to stress again that you don't need all of these option parts. You might build these option parts over your time of having the kit. Not everyone's able to just go out and purchase every single option part right away. And to be honest, it's totally not required. The car drives fantastic out the box, but there are a few must-haves that I think you should get. So to answer the question, how much did these options cost? Let's have a look. Now, just before we get into that, we're gonna go over the wheel speed gearbox separately now because, well, it's absolutely awesome. So you can buy the CNC aluminium gearbox case, which is £89, and you can buy the set with the peak idler gears for £119. Arguably, your car will be fantastic without it, but it does give an extra or a different element to the car, and I think it's a preference thing. Give it a go, try it, and you will find out whether you like it or not. For me, personally, I really like it, and it's gonna stay in the car. As you can see with my trusty pointer here, the alloy yokes, they are $32.99. The alloy hubs here are a separate item and they come in at £30.39. The turnbuckle set, front and rear, the Wits titanium turnbuckle set, that set is actually $44.99. The front arms were $9.99. The front anti-roll bar kit, so that doesn't come in the kit, so that actually costs $14.99, and that does come with a few different sizes as well, which is always a plus. The Kashima shock bodies, $27.99 just for the fronts. The alloy camber link mount there, that comes in at £11.99. The carbon tower, I think, is a well priced £15.99. The wheel speed springs per pair are £7. The brass pivot block, which obviously you can just about make out there, that is a £29.99 part. So just before we go to the rear of the car here, the brass under ESC weight there, that actually is just $12.99, and that, I think, is the front end of the car, so not too bad. Going to the rear of the car now. So the rear arms here are the same price as the front, coming in at $9.99. The carbon rear tower there, so that is £20.99. The aluminium link mount here, so that is a $16.99 part. The Kashima shock bodies are a $29.99 for the pair. On the rear, this car actually has the alloy wing mount, so that actually is, I think that's actually a bit expensive. That's actually $29.99. And of course, the wheel speed rear springs, they come in at £7. So the results are in. Now, I am doing this video when my partner is out of the house because I don't want her to hear just how much I've spent on this car. The front end, including the brass ESC underweight, cost me £262.30. That equates roughly to $260. she's definitely not home, I hope. The rear end of the car comes in at £144.90, or roughly equating to $180. Collectively, the options that I've got on this car, not including the wheel speed gearbox, because I see that as a separate item where not everyone's going to be running that, comes in at £357.24, or roughly the equivalent of $440. Now, to clarify once more, you don't need all of these option parts. Build them up over time if you want to. Must-haves, next video, definitely watch that. In my opinion, they're the ones that you need to buy or you should buy. But lots of the options on this car at the moment, like the Kashima shock bodies, you know, between them you're looking at nearly £60. Do they make much of a performance increase? Well, arguably there's a tiny minuscule performance increase in those with the coating on the shock bodies, possibly creating a smoother action. However, the look that it gives the car with the Kashima gold bodies, I think is worth double that, because I'm a bit of a tart. But aren't we all? Well, that's the cost, guys. It's a good little start for what's going to be an incredible 2025 season. The first race is actually this coming Tuesday, and it's going to be fully recorded, good, bad or ugly. We're going to go through it and we're going to love it, we're going to hate it, but we're going to have fun, and it's all going to be on the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Any questions, put them in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on what the prices are on these options. I personally think they're okay priced compared to some. What do you think? Let me know.